What's good, everyone? What's good, everyone? What's good, everyone? Salute to everyone in the chat. Happy NBA Day. Salute to CA3 Sports Talk. He says salute to DJ. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Brooklyn Nets look good. I've been telling y'all that. No surprises there. Kyrie Irving is a boss right now. Like, he's really tearing some ish up. And then I told you on my last video that the Brooklyn Nets have a lot of depth. They're loaded. Joe Harris is a marksman. Spencer Dinwiddie fits his role. Shout out to Denzel King, a.k.a. DZ King, in the building. He said, salute, DJ, my brother. Salute to you. Also, everyone in the chat, how do I sound right now? Is it choppy? Is the Wi-Fi bad? Let me know. Delusional Rockets fan says salute. Salute to you, man. But yeah, I've been very impressed with the whole Nets roster, and I think they'll be better than what they are now, and that's the scary part. They have a chance to grow. Their depth is amazing, and I saw some people talking about the Nets defense. I think the defense could be better than what it is. They have the athletes and they have the scheme, but it's all up to, progression. It takes time. All right, DZ King said I sound great. Good. Just making sure. I wanted to make sure I sound clear because instead of doing this video on my computer, I'm doing it on my phone. And CA3 says Karis LeVert might get Sixth Man of the Year. Oh, yeah. He's unstoppable. And did y'all see James Wiseman? The talent is there for James Wiseman, but it was funny because most of his points came off of garbage time. But I like his talent, and you never know. He could win Rookie of the Year. But I felt bad for Steph Curry. I'm like, man, nobody else can get a shot but him. And so he had the 4 shots. But the Warriors, they'll be fine. It's just when you got the KD Nets with Kyrie as your first game, that's horrible for any team. And I told Laker Nation, I humbly told Laker Nation, do not overlook the Brooklyn Nets. I've been telling them this. A lot of them, they didn't want to believe what I was saying. It's not me propping up KD. It's just the threat. It's not just KD. They have depth. They're 12 deep, literally. 12 deep. So that's a challenge for anybody. DZ King says the Nets can win a championship. Yes, they can. They can definitely win a championship. I mean, they got the firepower. DZ King says Steph Curry looked helpless out there. I feel sorry for the brother. Yeah, he definitely did, man. Also, everyone that's in the chat, make sure you donate to the channel by going to Cash App. YouTube gets half of what I get when y'all do those super chats. So thank you for supporting the channel, everyone. Again, I made this channel for everybody so we can all join in and give our basketball opinion. Delusional Rockets fans said the Nets are going to be a problem. Yes, they are. If they don't think the Nets are going to be a problem, I don't know what to tell them. CA3 says Warriors need to use Wiseman in face-up situations more. That's why he got most of his points in garbage time. True. They got to fix that. I didn't like the body language of Wiggins Wiggins looked emotionless out there. He didn't even look engaged. I don't know what's wrong with the brother, but that shit's got to be fixed. You can't win games when you have low energy. KJB says Nets are the best in the league. Well, they look like it. The Lakers are still the favorite because they're the defending champions, but look out for the Nets. And if they lose a game, it's probably because they're resting players. That's how good that team is. Shout out to IBD Press. He said, "Peace, brothers." And to let y'all know, I'm doing this live stream on my phone. So if there's a little lag on my end, just let me know. I hope the audio sounds great. But this should be a really good NBA year. A lot of teams are geared up. The Suns are retooled. They finally got a legit point guard in Chris Paul. So him and Devin Booker, that should be nice. But I'm just amazed by the Brooklyn Nets. I literally looked at every single player in their roster, and they're literally 12 deep. You got I forgot Landry Shamet came off the bench on the deep end of the bench. This is how loaded this team is. And I was telling myself, how in the hell did the Nets get all these players under contract? Don't forget, the Nets were a playoff team. I don't care if it's the East or not. The Nets were a playoff team last year. So you had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. That's a problem. DZ King says Wiggins should hang up his boots at this rate. Yeah, Wiggins look like he don't even want to play in the NBA. Literally. He don't he don't want to do nothing, man. Let's see. Nets versus Lakers NBA Finals. Nets in 7. So delusional Rockets fan, you think the Nets are going to beat the Lakers in 7? That's a spicy take. I mean, I'm not gonna be a ignorant. I mean, not ignorant, but I'm not gonna be a cocky Laker fan right now. There's no KD Warriors or no 96 Bulls, so anyone can be beaten. But the Lakers have a lot of depth, and I think LeBron James will get a lot of rest this year, so he'll be revamped for the playoffs. Blue Boat, shout out to Blue Boat Sports Observer in politics. He said Nets are not the best team in the league. We could pump the brakes. Well, it's too early to tell, brother. I agree. I'm not putting the Nets as the number one team. That's the Los Angeles Lakers. Until proven otherwise, this is how it is. Until proven otherwise, the Los Angeles Lakers are the number one team in the NBA. Delusional Rocket fan says, Blue Boat, when healthy they are. Now, the Nets, when healthy, are a dangerous team. They're very dangerous, and man, they could whoop a lot of teams ASS. I mean, they got some firepower. I can't front. If I'm fronting like this, man. All right. Shout out to Red. He in the house. He said, "What's good, DJ? Hope you and your family are having a great Christmas week, staying safe. Much love from the West Coast." Matter of fact, even though I'm from Houston, Texas, I live in the West Coast right now. I live in Washington State. So, yeah, me and the fam, we're doing good, man. It's a blessing to spend the holidays with the people you care about. And the good thing about Christmas is that you can see the happiness with your family members, and that's all that counts. Blue Boat says disrespecting the Heat and Lakers. Uh, it's too early to tell who will win, but I do know the Nets. Eye test wise, there's not a player in the East that could slow down KD. And when Kyrie is not the number one guy, do you realize when Kyrie Irving is the number two guy, his efficiency is up, his scoring is up efficient wise, he takes better shots, he's passing the ball better, more assists. Kyrie Irving is very dangerous as the number two guy. The last time Kyrie was the number two guy, he and LeBron was constantly in the finals, and they got a chip with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Red says, I got the Heat winning the East. People don't realize the Heat are mentally and physical tougher than majority of the teams in the NBA systems. Teams make it to the finals. We'll see what happens, but they definitely got the mental edge. You know, you got to give the Miami Heat that credit. KJB says, Lakers won in the bubble after 4 months off. Means nothing. Will mean even less in 20 years. Man, y'all going at the Lakers, man. Well, like I said before, and this is coming from someone who's a big fan of Kobe. I gave LeBron his props for showing up in the bubble. I mean, they had a contract to show up. He showed up, AD showed up, and they won. I mean, it's no different when I gave props to Kawhi when he won with the Raptors. Despite the injuries, I still gave the Raptors their credit. I mean, Mickey Mouse ring or not, the Lakers won. They got 17. That's all that matters. Now, are they going to repeat this year? We'll see. But it's not going to be easy. The Lakers, one thing about the Lakers, yes, they have enough depth, but so does the Nets. So something has to give. All we know is no one can stop AD right now, and no one can stop KD. Something has to give. And Kyrie looks on fire right now. I mean, I know a lot of people hate Kyrie Irving. I know he's different. He uses sage and all that stuff. I get that, but man, Kyrie is a beast. He's simply a beast. You cannot stop a player like Kyrie Irving to slow him down. You can only hope to slow him down. All right, got a couple of people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. KJB says, name me another champion that didn't have to travel or go on the road or have 4 months off. It's one off. That was not the NBA. That was a COVID Cup. Man, KJB, you trying to take? Come on, man. So KJB. So you're saying that the Lakers, if this wasn't a COVID year, the Lakers wouldn't at least compete in the Western Conference Finals? KJB, I'm not gonna let you disrespect the Lakers ring like that. Come on, man. Don't be mad because the Lakers decided to show up. Come on, man. We got to be consistent. We can't excuse Kawhi's ring with the Raptors and now do it with the Lakers. Yeah, Revolution Radio. That's that. Yeah, KJB hating, man. He cool. I mean, he cool and all, but that's hating. I would understand if KJB was like, this year's going to be a lot tougher, so I can't guarantee the Lakers winning it all. I'll give them that. But to say that that was a Mickey Mouse ring, I tell y'all now, y'all better hope the Lakers don't win. Y'all better hope the Lakers don't win it this year. Y'all better hope they don't go far this year. See, I've been consistent. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I've seen the Nets. The Nets look like they could beat anybody, but it is one game. I mean, Kyrie and KD, they got something special over there. I can't front. All right, if we're gonna talk about Mickey Mouse ring, so remember the lockout year in '99? So are we not going to count the Spurs ring? Because we counted all the Spurs championships. Are we really going to do that now? What about the lockout year in 2011, 2012 with the Heat? So we're not going to count that? Yeah, we got to be consistent, man. What about the NFL championship rings? That they had strike years in the 80s. Are we not going to count that for the 49ers and then one with the Redskins at the time? See, that's what I'm talking about. We got to be consistent, man. Mr. Jones in the building, he said, salute to the real. Like, I get it. I'm not guaranteeing the Lakers will win it all. They could win it all, but, there's a lot of good teams this year. But don't go out here and discredit someone's championship because we could do that all day. Blue Bolt says KJB. So if the Clippers won, you'd say some different shit. Shaking my damn head. Yeah, I think you would. And this is coming from a person, even though I'm a Laker fan, I respect Kawhi Leonard. If the Clippers would have won, KJB would not have said that. Mickey Mouse Reed. Nobody will say it. But since LeBron and AD won, they're gonna discredit their rings. We can't have that. We gotta have consistency, brother. I've disagreed with LeBron many of times, but when he wins something, I give him credit. Mr. Jones says, get them likes up, for real. Yeah, get them likes up so I can stay on longer. Hey, Don KJB, man, you want to get on the chat, bro? Yeah, I would love for you to get on the panel because I gotta bring this up, man. KJB says no. I hated the bubble and barely watched though. KJB, you were the one that was mad at me for critiquing Lonzo Ball. I said Lonzo Ball was playing pathetic and it messed up his bag. You were out here blaming the bubble. Yes, the bubble was bad for a lot of players, but you had to play. It's basketball. He said, send the link. All right, I'm going to send the link. Wait, hold up real quick. Damn. All right, I just sent the link. I only want Don KJB on here. I just sent the link. But yeah, man, you got to give them credit because if you don't give the Lakers credit for their championship, we might as well take away championships from a lot of teams. So when my Lakers won the championship in the late '80s, when Isaiah Thomas was injured, was that a Mickey Mouse ring? Come on now. Hey, Don KJB, I just sent you the link. But yeah, man, y'all gotta get credit where credit is due. KJB says the bubble product was awful. Of course, it was awful. But if the Clippers would have won, nobody would have said that this was a Mickey Mouse ring. Nobody would have said that. I bet my bottom dollar that no one would have critiqued the Clippers if they would have won. And I respect Kawhi Leonard. So you can't call me a Kawhi hater because I root for Kawhi. I just hate that he played for the Clippers. If I was Kawhi, I would have stayed in Toronto because Toronto was the one person, the one team that respected him.
DJ?
All right, we got KJB on the
Yo, what's good,
live.
man? What's good, my man?
Make sure your audio is good.
Is my audio good?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wait, hold up real quick.
Okay.
All right, can you hear me now, KJB?
I hear you loud and clear, my boy. Can you hear me?
It's kind of static on my end. Real quick, let me do something real quick.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm gonna go. All right, I got you on now. You good?
Test. Am I good?
Yeah, we're good now.
All right, cool.
Now let me say this,
Shoot, yeah.
brother. Now I know. I'm gonna be honest. I know you were disappointed of how I was critiquing Lonzo at the bubble and being objective of him not attacking the basket.
For sure.
And when I said that, you said that it's because of the bubble and it was because of awful play. That may be true, but you gotta be ready to play in the NBA. Is that true? What I just stated. You gotta be ready no matter what.
Those are facts. You signed the contract, right? But what it does not do is it doesn't stop the public from, how can I say, judge it on their own merits when compared to other years. Even though 2020 was, we all know it's been up and down. At the same token, you can look at that and say that was like really good basketball environment, mentally, socially, all sorts of different ways. So I saw the young fella having a bad reaction, away from his family, social unrest, and Pascal Siakam hated it, right? If you look at his channel, he said the bubble wasn't Disney World, right? So some people, they dealt with it, and I respect the Lakers for going, but at the same time, all I'm saying is, compared to every other season, I almost prefer that they didn't play, to be honest, and just dealt with the social stuff because it was messy. Yeah, they were protected from COVID, but as far as players being at their optimum and playing at the high level that we're used to, that wasn't really it for me. So I didn't really rate the whole bubble, and that's why I never wanted to judge Lonzo off of that, because I knew that was not really. It was like almost like hooping in prison, but just like a country, like a
Come on, man.
like
Come
a
on,
really
man.
really
All right,
nice prison, but it was tough.
was the
It was tough.
lockout year when the Spurs won their championship? Was that hooping in prison?
No, my dude, they were traveling, they were going on the road, they were facing hostile fans. It was the same level playing field for everybody, but it was NBA.
Okay, what
NBA is,
about the opt out? What about the opt outs in that lockout year? Jordan didn't play.
yeah, but that's on Jordan. He couldn't play anyway because he cut his
Yeah,
finger
but
with the cigar incident.
well, no, he retired.
Yeah, no, but he, at the same time, while he retired in '98, he almost cut off the tip of one of his fingers through the cigar cutter, so he wouldn't have
Yeah,
been able
that
to
was
play
true,
that
but
year
that was
anyway.
when he was on vacation on
Yeah,
retirement.
so
He wouldn't been up.
the
I
thing
don't think.
is, it was still NBA like setting. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going off of. It's like
But they played a shortened
LeBron.
finals.
For instance, LeBron being 36, having to sleep in a hyperbaric chamber, which is actually, if you look at it medically, a hyperbaric chamber by IOC, the International Olympic Committee, is banned because it synthetically increases your natural red blood cells, because it induces sleeping at high altitude, and it's considered to be blood doping and cheating. So for sporting purposes, what LeBron's been doing these last 4 years to help his recovery, if you were to go to the Olympics and get tested, he might he might have a problem. And LeBron hasn't been in the Olympics since 2012. So I'm just saying, LeBron being an older cat, recovery being massive, and he sleeps like 10 hours a day plus. It was good for him to just be in one locale, not have to travel, not have to face dead legs and all that other stuff. So it worked out well for LeBron and for their roster. And Anthony Davis, who never been deep in the playoffs before, he didn't have to face any raucous crowds, having to tell him he's a choke and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just saying, yeah, Lakers won, but there was a lot of that went into it that made it, how can I say, ideal for them. So championship or not, I never rated the bubbles. So if y'all rate it, that's cool, but that's just me as a fan. And there's probably other people like me, maybe in the minority, but that's kind of how I see it. That's it.
Yeah, I respect your opinion, but I respectfully disagree.
For sure. That's
And
what the show is about.
I know we all. And speaking of Lonzo, I remember you used to comment on my chat.
Yeah.
Only wanted the best for Lonzo,
Def.
any other fan. And when I see a weakness, when I see him not now, he's fixed it so far. So you see no critiques from me lately because he's fixed it. But everything I said was not wrong.
No. A matter of fact, if you ever heard Lonzo talk, like he always said, I do well with strong criticism. When I have a tough coach, that's when he's done his best. Right? When people get up in his face, because that's what he grew up with, being around LeVar. You can't get more in your face than that. So the fact that he had to face the tough music, what happened when people called him out? He said, you better post my you know what next year. And then he went and he worked his butt off and he put himself back together. You know what I mean? And now he's coming at the world saying,
I get
okay.
all that. Also, I got to say this. My
ahead.
brother Revolution Radio is in the building, man. He's here to speak some truth, man. Is the volume good, brother?
Yeah, I just had the mic off. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think of the conversation?
Respect to the brother and his opinion. But I mean, we're not gonna sit here and act like LeBron is the only one sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber. Like, come on, bro. Like it ain't Goku, Vegeta, and Brian. You know what I'm saying? Like most of these guys with money, they doing the same thing. And as far as the cheating thing, let's keep it real. It's professional sports. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But with that being said, like everything that went on in the bubble, everybody had the same opportunities. A lot of those cats is younger than Bron, so they really don't need as much recovery as him. So that can't really be used as an excuse. The Clippers fell apart, man. That's what it was. Let's just say what it was. Weak-minded individuals fell apart, and that team already had a lot of problems. Already had a lot of cancer situations with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard cheating every other night, sitting out of games. You know what I mean? So let's just call it what it is, man. Really, if Kawhi or someone else would have won that championship, I don't feel like people would have as much a problem. I think they have a problem with it. We just being real, just because it's Bron. You know what I'm saying? And I was young, but I do remember that lockout season you talking about, DJ, when the Spurs won in '99 and nobody said anything about that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, to call it a Mickey Mouse championship and then turn around and talk about how Pascal Siakam and other people were talking about how they were having psychological issues because they was in the bubble. Really, man, this is one of the toughest championships because the Lakers could have did the same thing. They could have did the same thing that the rest of the teams did, and which was fall apart mentally. And the thing about a champion is you want a champion to be fortified mentally where they don't fall apart. So, I mean, I think the people who were the strongest mentally, they ended up winning. I can't take nothing away from LeBron and AD and the Lakers. They did their thing. And since we're talking about throwing this championship out, they talking about the quote unquote coronavirus mutated in the UK. You never know what the end of this season gonna look like. So if they go back to the bubble and Brooklyn win, are we throwing this out?
Yeah.
What's it fit in? Like who make the rules? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If Brooklyn wins this year, if they go back to the bubble, because it's a chance that can happen, or another team wins, the Clippers win, Are we doing that shit? Are we just throwing out championships for the last 2 years?
Well,
That's the question.
as far as the bubble and all that stuff and what's up with the medical, I'm not a medical expert. You know, the whole vaccine thing they're talking about now, I'm not a medical expert, you know, but all I can say is that championships, the ones I like, I really rate, and the ones I remember, the bubble just happened and I barely remember anything, right? But the ones that will stick with me and have stuck with me throughout the years are the ones where, you know, hopefully we get to see again, to reference your point as far as not knowing the future. We get to see, you know, fans, you know, saying you suck and you know, shouting at players. Hopefully we get to see that again, because to me, that's the like purest form of the NBA, the highest form of basketball on the planet. Like when you're going against hostile environment, you have to travel, you have to deal with people pulling your, you know, the fire alarm at 3:00 in the morning and getting poison pizza like Jordan, all that stuff. You know, to me, that's the purest in me. So maybe I'm stuck in that. I'm not really recognizing where we are in the world, and this may become the reality. And then I'll say, okay, you know what? LeBron and them, they handled it first, and they showed us the way. But until that happens, I'm just sort of treating like a one-off. And maybe as time goes by, my point, I will look like the idiot, and people say, you know what? It was as you guys are saying. So I'm open to that. But for right now, compared to what I see the NBA as, it's not really my cup of tea. And maybe I'm being selfish, but that's just me.
So if Kawhi and the Clippers would have won the championship this past summer, would you have said that this was a Mickey Mouse ring like you did for LeBron?
Man,
be honest.
Yo, for real, man. I barely watched the bubble. Like,
wait,
even the
you're
playoffs.
dodging the question.
No. Allow me to speak, man.
Wait, I got you right there. No.
Allow me to speak. I barely watched the bubble.
To answer the question.
No, it didn't matter if Kawhi won. It wouldn't have meant nothing.
Brother, it was a simple question.
Well, I'll give you a simple answer. It meant nothing. If Kawhi won, if anybody won.
It meant nothing. That's not answering the question. See, I see what you do. You dodged the question. KJB,
no, I just told you straight up.
But
I would treat it the same way as I'm treating the Lakers ring. It's not the same as the Raptors, who had to go into Oakland, and Masai Ujiri had to deal with a deputy, you know, racially profiling him, and everything else that the Oracle was put at the Raptors. It's not the same.
To the subject. Let's stick to the subject. What if Kawhi Leonard and company? I respect Kawhi Leonard, but you know, there's some things I disagree with, like any other athlete. If Kawhi Leonard and Paul George would have won this ring, would you be on this chat saying this is a Mickey Mouse ring?
Yes.
It's a COVID.
100%.
What do you think about this Revolution Radio? I want to hear your take.
I don't know. I can't question the brother when he say he wouldn't have said it. I mean, I just tend to believe, bro. Like, be real with you. I'm big on narratives. Every time I'm on here, I'm talking about narratives. And there's a narrative about Bron out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a narrative about Bron out there. So I feel like people are hard on this ring because it is, you know what I'm saying? It's Bron. Like, and to me, like, as a gladiator, you know, sports is really about gladiators, bro. It's about two competitors facing out. Look, Bron had his house spray painted with the word "in." You know what I'm saying? This man
that actually is not factual. That was recanted. That was recanted. That story was recanted. It was not factual.
Even if that's
it was reported, but it wasn't so.
Okay, well, even if that's recanted, we all remember the witness when this man jersey was being burned by a terrible organization that has never won anything before or after him. So, I was watching the game on TNT where this cannot be recanted because I saw my own eyes. You had fans at the top of the stadium acting like they were putting filters over their phone, act like his head was in the scope. So I don't think there's any "you suck" fans that's gonna stop Bron from being Bron. I got my issues with Bron late in the game and everything, but I don't think fans is the problem. I think a lot of times Bron is in his own head. But
true.
Going back to youth basketball, there's nothing more for a true competitor like a Durant or a LeBron. Really, the best runs are private runs. You know what I'm saying? because you get to be more competitive. And all of these things that you're talking about, the commercial dollars and the fans and all of this that you know sometimes can distract the player. Really, when you in the terror dome, to me the bubble's like terror dome. And to me, what really happened in the bubble, this is what I think. The players that were mentally tough and are of championship ilk, they rose to the occasion. That's why Luka Doncic was dropping off Kawhi and Paul George. He was dropping them off. He was giving them like 30 and 40. You know what I'm saying? Because he's mentally tough. He played overseas. You know what I'm saying? All of that other fanfare and stuff, man, that's for the TV dollars. But for the guys like Dame Lillard, Luka Doncic, look at all the guys that went off. LeBron, AD, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that who were there for the right reasons. I feel like it showed. And the reason why I'm cautioning the brother, I'm not a medical expert or anything like that. But I will say if they're saying a virus is mutated, even if you have a vaccine, that's a dangerous proposition. So there's a chance that potentially the season could end in another bubble. And I mean, it'll be tough to throw out another championship.
As far as another bubble, I'm not sure how many players would be like willing to go through that again and leave their families again. I'm not sure
how
many
people tell them to do it, they're gonna.
Yeah, but if it's that bad, like where you have to be in a bubble again, real, you did it one time. At that point, I would say basketball is not really the most important thing you should be doing at that point. If it's that bad, if it's still that bad, you know what I mean? I love watching hoop, but if it's still that bad, like we gotta start doing something different. There's no time for hooping at that point.
I mean, really, it was that bad last year, man. I mean, it's just, you know, these are money hungry TV execs, rich owners. I know they call themselves governors now, but they still got that owner mentality. It was that bad last year. A lot of people lost their lives last year. I don't think they care about if it's that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they got to go to the bubble, they're going to go to the bubble. And to DJ's point, I would be interested to see if Kawhi wins or Durant wins, if we're going to be hearing the same thing. I highly doubt it. And let me give you my comparison to why I say that. Let's keep it real. I heard y'all talking about it the other day on the live stream here in DJ's chat. Y'all were talking about how really the Miami Heat wasn't really a super team, but the Golden State Warriors.
Who said that? What I'm saying? Who said about Miami?
Somebody made the comment, and I agree. They weren't really. If you look at their depth on their bench, they were a great team, but they didn't live up to the potential. First off, because you had Dwayne Wade after the knee injury. We know basketball. 2008, he wasn't the same player after 2008. You had Chris Bosh, who's really just a third star on a great team. Let's keep it real. And you had LeBron, and the bench consisted of like we know hoops over here. So like the bench consisted of Mike Miller with a bad back, Shane Battier, who was at the end of his career, Norris Cole, who was drafted in the second round, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, Mario Chalmers. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a great team. But people still give LeBron a lot of flack for really just getting 2 out of the 4. Now let's fast forward to Kevin Durant. I've never seen on the history of Earth a team like the Golden State Warriors. I don't see a lot of people saying, okay, well, Golden State was an all-star team. Like legit, 4 players are Western Conference all-stars on that team at one point or another. You know what I'm saying? And none of those guys are over the hill. So when Durant won his 2 rings, all I heard was praise. So I seem to think if Durant was to win in the bubble this year or Kawhi was to win in the bubble this year, all we'll be seeing is a bunch of LeBron James crime memes. It won't be nobody. I mean, for the majority of people won't be calling that a Mickey Mouse ring. I think a lot of this, like I said, is undercurring narratives. But DJ, I want to ask you a real question. Question real quick. Did you see James Borrego's press conference today?
No, I did not, man. What did he say this time, brother?
Man, look, when I say it's not looking good for Melo, it's not looking good for Melo, man. Like, okay, so I was reading yesterday, and really, the critique was unnecessary. It was basketball speak, but it was basically what I was telling y'all. He was saying the other day. It's basically want to rein him in a little bit. Some of the turnovers they want to rein him in, bad shot selection, all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then today, they were asking him about the starting lineup. And of course, he was saying he was going to keep the starting lineup. But it seems like really they might treat the majority of this year for Melo as a learning year.
Red
Like I said,
shirt.
I would expect 15.
Wow.
I would expect 15 to 19 minutes a game. And you
Dang.
know me, I wholeheartedly disagree with this. I don't think that's okay.
Wow.
I don't think that's good because I just saw James Wiseman out there in sloppy time with guys he could have dominated in college. You know what I'm saying? With the green light to shoot. Before he went on that
Hmm.
run, James Wiseman was like 3 for 7. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give young guys that you draft high a chance to play, a chance to bump their head. The Hornets are not winning anything this year. What are
Mm-hmm.
you trying to prove? What you should be trying to do is make sure that he doesn't go through the same first 2 years that Lonzo went through. Because when you're dealing with creative point guards, that is the number one way to destroy their confidence. But yeah, DJ, I ain't got a lot of faith in the situation right now. What you think, though, brother?
Yeah, that that's nothing. That's not something I want to hear from the coach. And a lot of people have been saying and telling me, "Oh, let LaMelo grow and this and that." I understand if he was on the Warriors or not even the Warriors, if he was on the Nuggets or any other contending team, yeah, you have him come out the bench if he's in front of some winners. But the Hornets haven't won shit. And for
Mm.
them to act like the San Antonio Spurs is
Right.
blasphemous. They
Right.
haven't won anything. And this is only pressure. I told you, Revolution Radio, this is Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham. They must be smiling right now. Oh, we're the starters. I'm telling you, if they ain't getting no wins, serious wins, I'm not talking about like 10th seed. I'm talking about coming off the gate, winning. If they're not doing that, oh, the pressure is going to mount up.
You see, this is where having fans again are so important because I tell you, if I was buying season tickets for the Hornets and they was playing Melo 10, 15 minutes, that was not going to fly. Like Jordan was going to hear from me, the whole team was going to hear from me. So I think it's the fans actually is who might be the ones to like knock some sense into them because
That's a great
child
point.
has to invest for the future.
Yeah,
Now you
facts,
made a
man.
great point, brother. You made a great point, really. That's what they banking on. They banking on the fact at the beginning of the season there's not gonna be no fans in the arena, so they can drown it out. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is what really irks me about you know what I'm saying, the system or the way things are, the old media and the old way of thinking. Because it's sure enough, as they had Jello on their Instagram talking about Jello or as arrived in the arena for his first preseason game, and they used him. You go to the Charlotte Horn Instagram today, before the first game, the only shirt they really selling is Mellow Ball. You know what I'm saying? It's ugly how they profit off these kids and they downplay their
Mm,
father, but they quick to hold them up. Look, man, look. This is what it is, man. I told y'all last week that James Wiseman to the Golden State Warriors move, it made no sense. If y'all watched the game last night tonight and you study basketball, you know that didn't make any sense. First off, what he does is he clouds up the paint. He makes it real mucky and sticky in there, and he's so big of a body, it doesn't give the shooters the room to operate because everyone can cheat off him and get back in time because he's really not a threat from the perimeter right now. He can't hit outside jumpers, but he's not a threat. Not like somebody that's a big that can shoot like Bobo. You know what I mean? So it's like
hmm
they can cheat off. So for a guy like Steph Curry, it makes it difficult. It's gonna slow down his pace. It's gonna be even worse for Draymond Green because Draymond Green is a guy that likes to get
True.
the ball off the board and push the ball full court and distribute the basketball. I was looking at this kid tonight. I saw him getting frustrated in the third quarter when he wasn't scoring. I saw him getting the ball off the glass going coast to coast because he understands that we're not in the league anymore where you're going to live off posting up. So he's one of those big guys with a guard mentality. You know what I mean? Since we talk about opening night, did y'all see Wiseman? What y'all thought about his performance, brother DJ?
Well, I watched the whole performance, and The stat watchers out there, they crowning him the rookie of the year already. But maybe he'll get there. You never know. But DeAndre Jordan, of all people, who is older
Mm-hmm.
and past his prime,
Was working.
was shutting him down. DeAndre Jordan had double-figured rebounds. It wasn't even close. He put him to school. Now, the average fan who didn't watch the game, they're going to look at the stats and say they made the right choice. Now, Wiseman may have a future, but I need to see more. If you have a 19 points on a blowout and most of your points is coming through garbage time, we call that wasted points where I'm from. That's not no accurate points he had. That's not when they needed the most. They got blown out. Freaking, you saw the game. The Nets they emptied the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Like the players who are not going to play that much this season played. And James Wiseman, smartly so, he's like, oh yeah, I could get rookie of the year. I could make a name if I get these points.
The
Because he's
biggest
not
thing
going to be doing that against the Nuggets and other teams.
no. The biggest thing I saw with James Wiseman to me is if you're going to be that big, you're also going to have to be like really quick. And I'm not just talking about quick in movement, but quick in how you read the game, how you adjust to the game. He just seemed to be like 2 or 3 steps behind everyone else on the court. And as a rookie, that's the last place you want to be. You know what I mean? You want to be knowing the game plan, knowing the playbook, knowing whatever it is that's happening in the court. And he just seemed to not know what he was supposed to do when he had the ball. He looked pretty much lost against the starters, at least.
Yeah, he definitely looked lost.
So, I don't know if you got more for me, but that's what I got for you tonight, DJ.
It's all good, my brother, man. Thank you for joining the show.
Most
Um,
definitely. I've
and
been
I'm
a
gonna
long
finish
time
watching this.
fan, of DJ, and DJ. Since I heard his voice from the first time to now, he's the same dude. And tomorrow, God bless him, he'll be the same dude, and that's why I keep listening, because he comes from the same place, same authentic place, and I respect his voice. Thanks for
Yeah,
the
and
opportunity to come on.
you're welcome, brother. And Revolution Radio, I think he got off, but shout out to Revolution Radio, man. He's a real one, good brother. And I'm gonna finish off watching this Laker game. But shout out to everybody. It was a good show, even though it was a short show. All praise to the Most High. Peace.